Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. Before continuing, please review the legal disclaimer provided in the comments section of this video and make sure to see the video till the end to get a full understanding of how it all works. On this channel, we share practical guidance on visa processes, immigration pathways, investment and citizenship options, and related topics to help you make informed decisions. If you are unsure about your visa options or planning your next step, consider subscribing and enabling notifications so you stay updated with the latest developments. Today's video is extremely important for anyone planning to travel internationally through Istanbul, Turkey. Because every single year, thousands of travelers face denied boarding, missed flights, immigration confusion, baggage issues, and expensive travel disruptions simply because they misunderstood Turkey transit visa rules. And here is the surprising part. Many travelers think that if they are only changing flights in Istanbul for a few hours, they automatically do not need any visa at all. But depending on your nationality, your flight structure, your baggage arrangements, your layover duration, and whether you leave the airport or not, the rules can completely change, and one small misunderstanding can turn a smooth international trip into a stressful disaster. So in today's complete guide, we are going to explain absolutely everything you need to know about making a transit visa application process for Istanbul, Turkey, from the perspective of any traveler anywhere in the world. We will cover who needs a Turkey transit visa, who may not need one airside versus landside transit, e-visa rules, airport transfer procedures, separate ticket problems, overnight transit situations, how to leave the airport legally, long layover opportunities, common rejection and boarding denial reasons, and several hidden travel tips that can save you massive stress, time, and money. So make sure you watch this video till the very end because some of the most important information will be revealed later in this guide. Now let's begin from the basics. What exactly is a Turkey transit visa? A transit visa is temporary permission that allows travelers to pass through Turkey while continuing onward to another country. In simple words, Turkey is not your final destination. You are using Istanbul as a connection point before flying onward somewhere else. And Istanbul has become one of the largest international transit hubs in the entire world. Millions of travelers connect through Istanbul every year because of its strategic location between Europe, Asia, the Middle East, Africa, and beyond. Especially through Istanbul Airport, which is one of the busiest airports globally. Now, here comes one of the biggest misunderstandings travelers face. Not every transit passenger actually needs a transit visa. And this is where confusion begins. The first thing you must understand is the difference between airside transit and landside transit. This is extremely important. Airside transit means you remain inside the international transit area of the airport. You do not pass Turkish immigration. You do not officially enter Turkey. You simply move from one gate to another while remaining inside the secure international zone. For many travelers around the world, airside transit in Istanbul is possible without obtaining a Turkish transit visa, especially when your flights are connected properly, your baggage is checked through, and you remain inside the airport transit area. This is why many passengers flying internationally through Istanbul never actually enter Turkey officially during their journey. Now let's discuss landside transit. This is where things become more complicated. Landside transit means you pass through Turkish immigration and officially enter Turkey during your layover. This can happen because You want to leave the airport and explore Istanbul. You need to collect baggage. Your flights are booked separately. You are changing airports. You have an overnight layover, or your airline requires re-check-in procedures. The moment you pass immigration, Turkey entry rules apply. And depending on your nationality, you may require visa-free entry, an e-visa, or a traditional visa. Now here comes another extremely important point. Many travelers wrongly believe that short layovers automatically mean no visa required. That is not always true, because even if your layover is only a few hours, if airport procedures force you through immigration, your visa requirements can completely change. Now let's discuss one of the most important practical realities: separate tickets. This is one of the biggest hidden dangers in international transit travel. Imagine this: you book one airline ticket from Asia to Istanbul, then another completely separate ticket from Istanbul to Europe, Africa, or South America. Sounds simple, but here is the problem. You may need to collect your baggage and check in again. That usually requires passing through Turkish immigration. And suddenly, you may need Turkish entry permission even if your transit is only temporary. This is why understanding your ticket structure is absolutely essential. Now let's discuss Turkey e-visas, because this is extremely important for many travelers. Turkey offers electronic visas for eligible nationalities. This allows travelers from certain countries to apply online for entry permission before travel. And many transit passengers use Turkish e-visas to legally leave the airport during long layovers. Now here comes something very important. Not every nationality qualifies for e-visas in the same way. Some travelers may qualify easily. Others may require additional supporting visas or residence permits from countries such as the United States, United Kingdom, Schengen countries, or Ireland. And some nationalities may require traditional visa applications through embassies or consulates. This is why checking your personal eligibility before booking flights is extremely important. Now let's discuss one of the biggest questions travelers ask. Can you leave Istanbul Airport during transit? Yes, if you have the correct permission to enter Turkey. And this is exactly why many travelers intentionally choose long Istanbul layovers, because Istanbul is one of the most fascinating transit cities in the world. Imagine this. You land after a long international flight. You clear immigration smoothly. You step outside the airport, and suddenly you are surrounded by one of the world's most historic and breathtaking cities. Mosques, ancient palaces, the Bosphorus, traditional bazaars, street food, historic architecture, and a mix of Europe and Asia unlike anywhere else on Earth. A simple layover can suddenly become one of the most unforgettable parts of your entire journey, but only if your visa situation is handled correctly. Now let's discuss the actual application process step by step. Step 1. Understand your exact transit situation. Ask yourself, will I remain inside the airport? Will I pass immigration? Do I need to collect baggage? Am I changing terminals or airports? Are my flights under one booking or separate tickets? This determines everything. Step 2. Check whether your nationality requires a Turkish visa for entry during transit. Some travelers qualify for visa-free entry, some qualify for e-visas, and some require traditional visas. Never assume based on social media comments or outdated travel advice. Rules can change. Step 3. Prepare your documents carefully. This usually includes passport flight itinerary, confirmed onward tickets, destination country visa if required, hotel booking if staying overnight, and supporting documents proving onward travel intentions. Now let's discuss passport validity, because this creates major problems for many travelers. If your passport validity is too short, airlines may deny boarding before departure. Always ensure your passport has sufficient validity remaining before travel. Now, step 4. Complete the application accurately. This is extremely important. Even one incorrect passport number, spelling error, or inconsistent travel detail can create delays or complications. Step 5. Pay the applicable visa fees if required. Fees vary depending on nationality and visa category. Step 6. Wait for approval. Processing speed can vary depending on nationality, workload, security checks, and operational conditions. And here comes one of the most important travel tips in this entire video. Never leave visa applications until the final moment before travel. That is one of the biggest mistakes travelers make. Now let's discuss common reasons travelers face problems during Istanbul transit. Reason number 1, assuming no visa is required without checking properly. Reason number 2, booking separate tickets without understanding baggage procedures. Reason number 3, ignoring immigration requirements for overnight layovers. Reason number 4, insufficient passport validity. Reason number 5, missing destination country visas. Reason number 6, relying on outdated online information. Now let's discuss overnight transit, because this creates enormous confusion. Some travelers believe sleeping at the airport automatically avoids visa issues, but depending on your airline, baggage arrangements, and ticket structure, overnight transit may still require entering Turkey officially. This is why every transit situation must be analyzed individually. Now let's discuss Istanbul Airport itself. This airport is massive, modern, and extremely busy. Transit passengers may experience long walking distances, security checks, terminal transfers, busy passenger traffic, and crowded boarding areas during peak travel periods, so always allow generous connection time, especially if immigration clearance is involved. Now here comes another extremely important point: airline document checks. Before boarding your first flight, airline staff often verify whether you hold proper documentation for transit through Turkey. If they believe your documents are insufficient, they can deny boarding immediately, even before you leave your departure country. This happens more often than people realize. Now let's discuss one of the most exciting opportunities for transit travelers: long Istanbul stopovers. Some travelers intentionally choose extended layovers to experience the city during international travel. And because Istanbul sits between continents, it becomes the perfect transit tourism destination. Some travelers enjoy Turkish cuisine, others visit historic mosques, others explore the Grand Bazaar, others simply relax before continuing long-haul journeys. And many travelers say their Istanbul stopover became one of the highlights of their entire international trip. Now let's discuss airport hotels and rest options. Istanbul Airport offers several transit facilities including lounges, sleeping areas, restaurants, shopping zones, showers, relaxation spaces, and airport hotel options, so even travelers staying airside can remain comfortable during long layovers. Now, here comes another important tip. Always carry printed copies of passport visa approvals, flight itineraries, hotel reservations, travel insurance, and onward tickets. Technology can fail. Phones can run out of battery. Internet can disappear. Printed copies can save you during stressful situations. Now let's discuss travel insurance. While not always mandatory, travel insurance is highly recommended for transit travel. Missed flights, delays, baggage problems, illness, and emergencies can happen anywhere in the world. and international travel disruptions can become very expensive very quickly. Now let's discuss one hidden issue many travelers overlook. Final immigration decisions. Even if you hold a valid visa or e-visa, final entry decisions are still made by immigration officers during inspection. That is standard international practice globally. So always answer honestly, remain calm, and carry complete documentation. Now let's discuss common traveler mistakes. Mistake number 1, assuming all nationalities have identical transit rules. Mistake number 2, ignoring baggage collection procedures. Mistake number 3, booking unrealistic short layovers in a huge airport. Mistake number 4, applying too late. Mistake number 5, confusing airside transit with entering Turkey officially. Now here comes one final reality every international traveler must understand. Transit rules evolve, airline procedures change, visa systems get updated, electronic authorization requirements expand, and immigration screening becomes stricter over time. That is why travelers should always verify the latest requirements carefully before departure. Now let's summarize the entire process. First, understand your exact transit structure. Second, determine whether you remain airside or enter Turkey. Third, check your nationality's visa eligibility. Fourth, prepare accurate documents carefully. Fifth, apply early if required. Sixth, understand baggage and airport transfer procedures. Seventh, carry printed copies of everything important. And finally, plan your transit professionally instead of making risky assumptions, because international transit mistakes can become extremely stressful and expensive. But when properly planned, Istanbul transit travel can become smooth, exciting, memorable, and even one of the best parts of your international journey. Because one honest and well-prepared application is far more powerful than a thick folder full of random paperwork, and you have come to the right place to get all your visa applications sorted in a hassle-free and professional manner. We can help you to get the entire process done correctly and make your dream trip to any destination in the world easier than you think. Make sure to get in touch with is on our WhatsApp mobile numbers, no matter which part of the world you are in, and do subscribe, like, and share our channel to get many more interesting updates. Thank you for watching and have a safe journey. Get in touch with us now on +64 221 786 007 or +91 73786 00791.